Oh, we are gonna get Europe. Oh, we are gonna get Europe. Oh, we are gonna get Europe. Is it maybe a bit early to be singing that? We're only in November. So hello, welcome back into 11am Sports YouTube channel here with the Killie Boys Football Manager 21 save. Since we last met, we've had some good results, we've had some bad ones, but this put us quite far up the table. We last met with 2 losses, one to St Mirren in the Betfred Cup quarter final and one to Hamilton in the Premiership, but since then we had an unbeaten October. Not just unbeaten, we won every single game. We beat St Mirren 3-1, 2 goals from Rodell Richards and 1 from Aaron Tushbola. Cancelled out a Jonathan Obika goal against Motherwell. We won 4-2. Rodell Richards again with 2 goals. Eamon Brophy with 1 and Rory McKenzie with another. Then was the big shock. Away to Rangers, we actually won the game 2-0. With Rodell Richards and Eamon Brophy. You can see from the average range on the right hand side there, mainly the defence doing all the hard work with McGilvery 7.7 and Gordon 7, Menge 7.5, Adam Matthews 7.2. A lot of defensive work in that game. We really probably didn't deserve it if we look at the statistics. According to expected goals, we were fairly close by with 1.36 compared to 1.6, but really they had most of the ball, they had double the shots. They probably should have won the game, but you know what? We'll take that 2-0 victory. And the last game of our 4 wins in October was a 1-0 victory against Hibernian, with again Rodell Richards scoring a goal. Can you see a theme there? Richards. Yeah. Richards has been scoring some goals. So has Brophy, but Richards has really been the one scoring the goals this season compared to Brophy, who was doing it last year. However, we then came back down to earth with a 3-2 loss against Dundee United. It really wasn't a very good performance from any of us there. And then against Aberdeen, we lost 2-0. Disappointing. So that leaves us in the league table there in 3rd position. I mean, Livingston do have a game in hand down in 5th, and if they win that by more than 5 goals, they would go above us in the league. But that game in hand is against Rangers, so somehow I don't think that's going to happen. So we're in 3rd position at the moment, looking to push on. I don't think we're going to get top 2. You know, with Rangers win their game in hand, then we're 8 points behind Celtic, could be in 2nd at that point. So top 2 is not happening, but possibly, as I said in the intro, we're going to get into Europe again this season if we keep up. But you can see how tight the table is. Between us and 3rd, all the way down to Hamilton in 8th, there's only 5 points separating us. It's still really close, just as it was in the past few episodes, in that kind of mid-table. So hopefully we can push on today in our games against Livingston. You can see you're in 5th, and St Johnstone, who are currently bottom of the table. 2 wins, hopefully. Let's see what the team's looking like. So here is the team for today's game. Not a huge amount different, probably, from before. Maybe just a couple of changes compared to the last team you saw. We do have Nathan Broadhead out injured. So the team is as follows. We've got Craig McGilvery with Menge and Finlay at the back. A good, solid threesome there. Really playing really quite well for us at the back. If you look at the statistics in the league, we're one of the most shots against us in the whole league, but also the least goals against us. So, you know, we're giving away chances, but they're not going in, which is the important thing, I suppose. Ziggy Gordon playing on the right and Adam Matthews on the left. In the middle, we're playing with Malumbu today and White, because Malumbu's been complaining he wasn't getting as much game time as I promised him, so he'll start today instead of Aaron Tushbola. McKenzie and Hines on the wing, and no surprises there up front, Richards and Brophy up top. Let's get into this game. So here we go, the game against Livingston under the lights on Friday night at the Tony Macaroni Arena. Let's see what we can do. Well, the answer was so far in this first, absolutely nothing. This is the first highlight we've seen, and it looks like it might go to Livingston. They've got the ball here on the left with Holt to Forrest to Pittman. Forrest down the left-hand side. Swings the ball over. Back to McMillan, and that's a good finish. Not much I think we could do about that there. Forrest takes the ball down the left-hand side. Cuts it back. The striker plays the ball back to McMillan, who thrashes that in the corner. I mean, that's a thunderbolt of a strike. 1-0 first highlight of the game, and Livingston score from it. We might have one highlight before half time, or is it going to go the way of Livingston again? Possibly a Livingston breakaway here. Lacoste, who's up front, takes it down the right hand side, and he gets challenged by Malumbu, and Malumbu gives away the penalty. This could be 2-0 just before half time. Hopefully McGilvery can save it, and he can't. And Alan Forrest, who actually used to go to school with me, scores the goal from the penalty spot. A good finish in the bottom left hand side. McGilvery with no chance. 2-0 Livingston going into half time. I've told the boys that I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. Not going to make any changes yet. Just going to tell them go and do something better in the second half. We've not been totally out this game. For a team that normally doesn't play with much possession, we still get 50% of the ball, but we've not really done anything with it. Right, well, there's 67 minutes on the clock, and we're definitely going to have to do something now. Look at some of the poor performers like Rory McKenzie. On comes Chris Butt for him. In the middle of the park, we'll take off Malumbu and bring on Tishbola. And I'm not sure if there's much else, to be honest, I can do at the moment. I think I'll do that there. Maybe go from positive to attacking, and then see if that makes enough of a difference that we can actually perhaps have a highlight of our own, because we've not had any highlights so far of a Kilmarnock chance, which is hugely, hugely disappointing. And there's a highlight straight from the change, but it's a Livingston corner. Maybe it will turn into our chance, but Holt with the ball plays it over to Fitzwater, plays it over to Robinson, to Welsh, back to Robinson. Here's some nice play from Livingston in the centre of the park here. Pittman plays it out to the right to Patterson, cuts it inside to Morton. He'll hit it, and it's in at the front post, and that's poor, poor goalkeeping from Craig McGilvery. After I complimented him so much on how he'd been playing the last couple of episodes, that was some shocking, shocking goalkeeping. There's no way that he should be beaten at the front post there. That's so easy. So easy to save that, and he hasn't done it. Very disappointing. 3-0 Livingston. Game looks like it's out of reach now. Another highlight here. The ball played forward, and it's intercepted by us, but it goes back to Livingston. Still haven't seen a Kilmarnock chance, even though we've apparently had 10 shots in the game. McMillan gets the ball on the left-hand side for Livingston here, drives forward our defence. Ziggy Gordon on a yellow, doesn't want to challenge in case he gives another yellow, and that's 4-0. This is turning into a rout. Well, let's try and do something different here for the last 15 minutes and see if maybe we can score some goals. We're going to go with 3 up top. We'll move Brophy into the middle of the 3 if that's possible. Stewart goes there, and we'll turn him into a target man on support. We'll push Matthews up to left wing back, and he can continue to play in the wing back role and slide the other players over at the back there. So we've kind of got a slightly lopsided 3-4-3 with Buck playing as a winger instead of the wing back on that side. We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting anything. 4-0's very, very disappointing. A highlight, possibly a Kilmarnock highlight. It goes out as far as Matthews, who takes the ball and he drives forward up the left-hand side. Matthews with the ball, swings it in. It's over to Burke, Richards, and there's a goal. Can we get 3 more in the last 13 minutes of the game? Nice play from Matthews up the left, swings the ball over. It's missed by the Livingston player. Burke into Richards, 4-1. Come back on. Aaron Tishbola takes the throw, finds Richards. Tishbola with the ball again. You can play it inside to Ziggy Gordon. He does just that. He plays it forward to absolutely nobody. 3 Livingston players around it, and now they've got the ball, and Forrest progresses down the left-hand side into Pittman. Pittman plays the ball in. Forrest gets the ball again, and it's been disallowed for offside, thankfully. Because 5-1 looks a lot much worse. A lot much? That's not how you say words. Looks a lot worse than 4-1. And to be honest, 4-1 doesn't look that great either. And the time ticks down, and the game is over. 4-1 we lose to Livingston there. That was an embarrassment, and I will be telling the boys that I am not happy with the performance. They seem motivated. Well, could they not have been motivated on the park? Because they certainly weren't playing as if they were motivated. Let's move on to the next one. Against St Johnstone, bottom of the table. Let's come back with a big, big victory. My new assistant manager, Trevor Crowley. I don't know if I mentioned this right at the start. When we lost Ross Millen, we lost his dad too. I replaced Andy Millen with Trevor Crowley, a new assistant manager. And he's decided that we should hold a team meeting to try and lift some morale. So what will I say? I've not had to do one of these so far. I'm not sure I'm going to say we've been doing okay lately. I think possibly that things haven't been going our way, but we've got the ability to change our fortunes. Everyone's happy with that. Brophy says, we haven't played well at all of late, and I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. I says, well, that's exactly the sort of reaction I was at. Let's pump fist when we say it. I'm really pleased with those who agree with me. Good, everyone's morale is up. Look at that, all that great morale change. I don't know how this works. Does it make any difference? We'll find out in the next game. I mean, we should have beaten St Johnstone anyway, but let's see if we do actually win that game. Perhaps by even more goals than we would have had we not had this wonderful, wonderful meeting. Questionable. Hello, here we are. We're back for our game against St Johnstone, a Tuesday night game in Perth. We've made a few changes. I've decided to give some of them a wee kick up the backside and try to maybe change the team about a little bit to try and get some type of form going. We've now lost 3 games in a row, which is not ideal. So, saying that, you can see we've got McGilvery still in goal, but alongside Finlay at the back, we're going to play Beja, whoever that boy is. I can't remember how to... someone help me pronounce that name. I'm going to say Beja, but I'm not sure if that's right. So Beja and Finlay at the back. Honstrup is going to play on the left-hand side, and we're going to move Matthews over to the right. So that means that Menge and Ziggy Gordon have lost their places in the team. In the middle of the park, completely new midfield partnership compared to the last game. We're going to play Yaya Toure, who, as you can see, is only a 2-star player, disappointingly, still at the moment. He's kind of declined since we got him at the end of last year, alongside Aaron Tishbola in the middle. Buck's going to play on the right-hand side instead of Rory McKenzie. And on the left, we're going to bring in Craig Sibbald. You can see he's unhappy. He's not happy with the tactics. I think he wanted to play in the middle of the park, but I wasn't playing him there. So he's leaving at the end of the season. But nonetheless, we'll bring him back in for this game and play on the left-hand side, because neither Hines nor Broadhead had been playing particularly well. And obviously, Broadhead's still injured, and Hines didn't play great in the last game. So we'll put Sibbald out there, and we're going to keep Richards and Brophy up top. Mainly because we only really have 2 other folk who can play up front. One of them being Hines, who hasn't been playing very well, and the other one being Ross Stewart, who still is struggling to return to full fitness. So that's why they keep the places. So to be honest, the way that Brophy's been playing in the last few games, I don't know if he should be keeping his place. But we'll keep going with this team, and hopefully the few changes should have enough of a mix-up in the team to give us the win against St Johnstone, get us back into form, and then continue pushing on for those European places. So here we go, game starting. St Johnstone are playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, so hopefully we're not overrun too much in the middle of the park. Highlight here, Buck swings the ball in, and Sibbald collects on the edge of the box. He swings the ball in to Richards, who plays it off the defender. Toure plays it into Richards, and that was a nearly a goal early on for Kilmarnock there. Another corner, does it come to anything? They normally don't, I've found out so far this year in FM, and no change there. A throw in for us on the right hand side. Adam Matthews, the ball's flicked in. Brophy nearly gets the ball in the back of the net. We've got Richards with the ball to Yaya Toure. Can he play it out wide? No, he plays it all the way back to the centre back, and that comes to nothing. But weirdly, we get a highlight straight away after it. Honstrup into Brophy. Honstrup with the ball into the box, and Richards with the goal. No flag from the linesman. 1-0 Kilmarnock. That's better. Honstrup here with a throw in, straight to Eamon Brophy. Honstrup takes one touch, swings the ball in, and Richards heads that in at the front post. What? I tell you, this is a great signing. I know he's not permanently here, but it's a great signing, Richards, and he's taking some of the pressure off of Brophy. That looks very close to being offside, but we're not going to complain. 1-0. And that's us reached half-time. Not a huge number of highlights in that game. You've seen all the ones there have been, and that's us at 1-0. Hopefully there are more highlights in the second half. We'll see. Let's go to the dressing. What will we say? The media have given you a lot of credit, so go and put on a worthy display. Sure, I'll say that. Some of them have liked that. Some of them haven't cared at all. Looking at the condition of the players down at the bottom of the screen, Adam Matthews is looking a little bit tired, so I think what we're going to do is go in and make some changes. On the bench, defender-wise, we only really have Ted and Menge, so I'm going to bring him on, and I'm going to push Menge into centre-back and put Beja back out on the right-hand side. Will I bring off some of the midfield players who are perhaps feeling a wee bit tired as well? Chris Burke, he's been playing okay, a 6.9 rating, but kind of starting to struggle with fitness, so we'll bring on Rory McKenzie, and hopefully he can have a last half hour, which will prove why he should be our first choice right winger. Craig Sibbald with the corner kick, swings it in, it's cleared out. Menge chases the ball down and runs down the left-hand side with it. Plays the ball inside to Yaya Toure. Back to Menge, who passes the ball straight to the St Johnstone player. Thompson with the ball. Out to Power here on the right-hand side. McCann at the back. to power again, and they're just passing the ball between them. 1-2, 1-2. Can we give the ball? So stop being so greedy. Give the ball to someone else. Here we go. Thompson plays the ball forward to Middleton, who swings the ball in. Hendrick's challenged by Finlay, and how is that a penalty? Sorry, no. How do I rewind this? Here we go. Let's just rewind this, because there's no way that's a penalty. Let's have a look at this one more time. Where's the play button? Oh, it's up the top right. Middleton here plays a ball. How is that how is this a penalty? In what world is this a penalty? I can see here. I can see right here. He's got the ball. He literally is touching the ball right now. How? The game's fixed. It's fixed. Anyway, here is the penalty that they didn't deserve. Tanzer with the ball, and it's saved by McGilvery anyway. Why was I complaining? It was saved. Come on, McGilvery. After I slagged him off in the last match, he makes a great save there. Middleton with a corner that resulted from the save, and it's cleared away. Oh, let's not give away stupid penalty. It wasn't a penalty, but nonetheless, if you save the penalty, that's all that matters, I suppose, isn't it? Still 1-0. Just going to bring Ross Stewart on for the last 10 minutes just to give him some game time to try and get back to fitness for us here. The clock, though, is ticking down. The time's ticking away. We're 3 minutes added time. Any more highlights going to happen? It's not been a highlight-filled game, and there's no highlights here, right? Not at all. Full time, 1-0 Kilmarnock. Rodell Richards with a goal in the first half. Tanzer with a missed penalty for St Johnstone, and we come away with a win. We've turned it around. It wasn't the most fantastic of performances, but it's the win that matters, and that's 1-0 to Kilmarnock. So I've just advanced forward one day so that the Wednesday night fixtures could have been played as well. Celtic drew with Motherwell actually, and Hamilton beat Hearts. So this is the way the league table sits at the moment. Rangers have still got to play Livingston with that game in hand, but we're actually on equal points with Livingston at the moment on 25 there. Third, we're in fourth. Hamilton, Aberdeen, Hibs, Motherwell still very close, just chasing behind us. But we're sat there in fourth just now, and I suppose I can't really complain about that. You can see that the form is a little bit patchy. We win a couple, lose a couple, win a couple, lose quite a lot. We've won one there, so does that mean that we're going to continue this winning form and beat Celtic in the next one? I don't know. You're not going to get to see it. I'm going to batter through some of them. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back after our winter break, which is just after this Motherwell game here. We don't have a Boxing Day fixture this year. Come on, FM, that can't be true, is it? I don't know. Maybe they know more about it than I do. But we'll come back to play against Alloa and St Mirren there. So Alloa in the Scottish Cup fourth round and St Mirren in the Scottish Premiership. I think we've already maybe seen us play against St Mirren this year. But if not, it should be a high-scoring game because they're lower in the table, so we should win. That's how it works, isn't it? Because we just played a team really low on the table and scored lots of... No, we didn't. It was only 1-0. But that is the next episode. Alloa and St Mirren. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Comment down below with how you think we're doing. Do you think we're going to get into Europe like I was singing at the start? Perhaps I was maybe a bit premature singing that. But yeah, that finishes off the video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. You know all the things you've got to do. And we'll see you for that game against Alloa and St Mirren at the start of January. See you then.